We, of course, are just now 1 day away from finding out if Alabama will take the title in the BCS National Championship game. And the excitement, of course, is building in California and, of course, across the country, where the Tide will be playing Texas tomorrow night. Fox 10 News sports anchor Rob Lehocky and Joe Emer are both there. And this morning, Rob joins us with the latest leading up to game day. Good morning, Rob. You're out there in sunny and warmer California.
Yeah, I feel so bad for you guys. Both Joe and I are really sad for the Gulf Coast right now. It's 20 degrees, as Michael said. Wow, that's cold. It's been 75 and sunny here all week. It's probably about 50 right now at 5 in the morning. So we feel real bad for you guys, but we're having a good time with the weather out here.
Now, Rob, one of the things last year I was in New Orleans for the big build-up of the Sugar Bowl as all the Tide fans were rushing into the Big Easy. How are things out there in California? Are you seeing a mass wave of crimson, I guess, in the area?
Well, Eric, it's such a large area, the metro area of Los Angeles. You haven't seen hardly any Alabama fans, and believe me, we've been searching very hard. But yesterday we went to Santa Monica, down by the pier, the famous pier in Santa Monica, and we finally ran into a bunch of Bama fans. I think, game day is getting close now. They're just now starting to stream in. I think you'll see even more coming in by the plane load today. And there's a lot of Texas fans as well. So we're now starting to feel, I heard you say earlier, 36 hours away. Finally, this game is approaching. It's been a long week, and the game's getting here, and we're getting excited now. We're on the eve of the BCS National Championship game.
I understand a lot of excitement, especially with Media Day yesterday, and you got a chance to speak to some folk that had sort of been off limits for most of the year. In fact, you gave us a little insight to what Trent had to say about his freshman year. How was it for you guys to meet some of these guys up close and personal yesterday?
It was great because Nick Saban has his rule. He doesn't want the media to talk to the freshmen, and that's fine. But we get the little break yesterday. Get to talk to Trent Richardson, who's had a breakout year. Of course, he was a top-rated running back coming out of high school out of Escambia County last year in Florida, and he's had a tremendous season. Really been a 1-2 punch with Mark Ingram. So it was great to talk to him yesterday, as well as a lot of other Mobile area guys who we don't normally get to talk to. So that was fun, but it's serious business now. They're going through their final walkthrough. Most of those guys, I'm assuming, haven't talked to every single player, but most of these guys will see the Rose Bowl for the first time today. They're going to go down there, take a team photo on the field, check out the turf, which is just maybe the best in the country. That surface is always just luscious, so they'll get to see that today. And then, of course, tomorrow, Texas will be on the field with them, and they'll be duking it out.
All right. Well, let me ask you this, Rob. Now, the layoff has been, of course, a long one for both teams. Are you expecting the Crimson Tide to have an advantage due to their game style, or what are you expecting?
That's a great question. I mean, you really won't know the answer to that until they strap it up and get on the field. I mean, you hear about that a lot of times. I think the Big Ten's had a lot of problems with that in the past in bowl games because they have such a long stretch. Both these teams really played on the same day, December 5th. That was the last time each had a game. Of course, Bama beating Florida in the SEC Championship and Texas knocking off Nebraska just a few hours later in the Big 12 Championship. So I think it almost is a wash. I mean, I don't really think either team has an advantage over the other depending on their style of play. Bama likes to run it a little bit more. Perhaps they have a slight advantage there because the timing doesn't have to be there nearly as much as the passing game that Texas goes with Colt McCoy and his array of receivers. So perhaps Alabama has a slight advantage, but I don't really read too much into that. These guys have been preparing for 3 weeks. They've got two outstanding coaches in Nick Saban and Mack Brown. So I see this as kind of a wash. We'll find out tomorrow.
All right, Rob, thank you so much for getting up with us this morning and, of course, giving us your insight. And, of course, I'm sure you're all excited about this opportunity to cover another national championship game for you out there on the Gulf, on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, Eric. I appreciate it.
All right, Rob Lehocky live from Pasadena this morning. He got up bright and early to join us here on the Morning News. And, of course, now, before the game, don't forget, be sure to tune in to Fox 10 News for our 30-minute special, Road to Pasadena. Rob and Joe will be sharing us more tonight. That begins airing this evening at 9:30 during our Fox 10 News at 9. Our sports guys, Rob and Joe, will be giving you an in-depth look at the Crimson Tide. And be sure, of course, to check out our special page on fox10tv.com. It's dedicated to the BCS Championship game. You can read the blogs by Joe and Rob, plus vote on the Tide's biggest plays of the year.